In this episode of the Hospo Dojo podcast, I chat with Bianca Brady, an MIT data science grad and the founder of Axify, a conversational AI platform that helps businesses manage bookings and customer interactions. We dive into her journey from hospitality to tech and how AI is changing the way service businesses connect with their customers. This episode is proudly brought to you by Food and Hospitality Week, a major event in Australia's hospitality calendar connecting 15,000 chefs, owners and industry professionals every year. So Tom Brady and Lewis Howes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I got to say I shared the stage with them.
You got celebrity factor in Miami.
Yep, that's exactly right. Yes, we shared the stage. But you, going to the States, you went to MIT.
Yes, still there doing my masters. Yep.
Amazing.
Yep. A little bit longer to go.
That's okay. I'm still doing my masters, but at University of Wollongong.
Yeah. Okay. What are you studying?
Just doing an MBA.
Okay.
Got a scholarship actually through them.
good.
It was a government supported placement.
Okay.
So it was with the New South Wales government and University of Wollongong.
Okay.
You submit the business idea, and the business idea was Hospo Dojo.
Ah.
Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then submitted that.
Living and breathing MBA. I like it.
Yeah. So then they gave me 75% off the fees.
Fantastic.
Unreal, right?
Yeah.
For a postgrad degree.
Fantastic.
And then they whacked it on Hex.
Yeah.
And
Even
then
better.
yeah, literally like it was.
Not getting the same US benefit for some strange reason.
No, but then the great thing was they really instilled, backing that up, number one. But then the fact that they're flexible with you to live and breathe that program.
Yeah.
So they're like, that money you're going to go invest it into
It's
your
practical,
business.
So, yeah. Yeah.
And practicality. And for me, doing it after being in the industry for 11 years, it was like a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Because I was networking with people who are from so many different industries.
Yeah.
Like I had people from, government departments. I had people from medical. And you just see how their careers were changing. And when I was at a turning point in my career, it was like the perfect timing to be able to go back into MBA. I always wanted to do an MBA. And I thought I'd do it like just straight after, 2 years after I finished my bachelor.
Yeah.
But I would be way too immature for that. So I think you got to get a good 10 years in you somewhere.
Agreed. Yeah.
And then go do your masters. And
Yeah.
that just allows you to really sharpen the axe.
Yeah, I think it gets you focused. I think for me, I'm doing my master's in statistics and data science.
Amazing.
And it's a bit of full circle also. I mean, I did a maths degree when I left school and then went into hospitality, working whilst you're studying that old path.
It's a transient path.
That's
That's what it's a stepping stone.
Fell in love with it and the complexity of people and serving people, and just never left actually. And then after probably close to 10 years of building a lot of machine learning AI solutions in large hospitality businesses, leading data teams and engineers, I thought I actually want to go and get super deep on it and pivot. So I took myself off to found the best university in the world for this stuff and took myself there and really hook it into the detail of machine learning and AI.
So who were you working for before in Hospo?
Prior to finishing, I was with Red Cape Hotel Group.
I know Red Cape. Jasmine Pycroft?
Yes.
Yeah, I know Jasmine very well. Jasmine gave me my first big break.
Did she? I love Jasmine.
In 2013.
Yeah.
It was the first time I sold a conveyor dishwasher.
Wow.
And she gave me a run.
Yep.
And then we helped Red Cape in all their venues in New South Wales. And it was the first pub group I was managing when I was selling equipment.
Oh, well, we would have crossed paths. I think I first met Jazzy in 2007, I think it was.
Yeah.
So pre-Red Cape.
Red Cape was an amazing organisation.
They really are. Yeah, really are.
I still pest her all the time. Every time I'm driving a barrel, I message her, I say, Jazz, do you want a coffee? We'll say hello to Jasmine.
Say hi, Jazzy. Hi, Jazzy.
She's been, honestly, Jasmine's been one of the clients in my life that, we just built this really strong friendship.
Yeah.
And very well respected. And she's always supported me and our business endeavors in anything that we've ever done or anything I've ever done. And you know, she's that type of client that you want to deliver for all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
And when she calls you, you pick up.
Yeah.
And she has an expectation level, and
Yeah.
you deliver, and you
Yeah.
say thank you, and everything's done on time. Her word is her word.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Just
She's a
don't lie
special
to her.
human.
Don't lie to her. You know.
They make them well in hospitality, and
Yeah.
she's a prime
She
example.
was amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she is amazing.
So yeah, Red
And
Cape,
was
and
at Red
then
Cape for a lot of years, so long time actually. Hotel group before that, then it transformed into NLG. It had many different iterations over
yes.
the course of 13 years or so.
of course.
And then when I left there, I went into more tourism side, so Ingenia, listed hospitality and tourism assets. So.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Amazing.
It's been a journey. I've done everything in hospitality from I think I started hosting many years ago when I was at uni, and then sort of went into brand roles, promotions roles, always sort of front of house loyalty, customer facing roles that led me down data path.
Oh, that's amazing. And I always, this podcast, we have a lot of hospitality professionals that listen to it. And even when I was doing my bachelor degree, I was working in a different side of hospo where, we were serving those businesses. So on the more on the B2B side.
Yeah.
And a lot of people that study hospitality management or go into hospo don't realize there's that avenue to still stay in hospitality.
Yeah.
Like there's a beast behind it that makes those pretty restaurants happen.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Right. And when I was doing my bachelor degree, part of one of my courses was an event management course.
Okay.
And I said, we had to put an event on, and I went to the dean. I said, look, I've done events before. I've been part of really large events like expos and stuff. I said, I don't want to waste my time in a pub. I said, I want to do an event for the cohort. So we had a bunch of partners.
Yeah.
A lot of guys that probably have a stand here.
Yeah.
And in tourism and stuff. And then we had like round tables, and we had like 550 different people in a room. It was the biggest event Western Sydney University ever put on for hospitality and tourism.
Wow.
Yeah. And Cronulla Sharks backed it as well. And it was a great turnout. And then the university students actually got to see, well, hey, I don't have to just be a hotel manager.
There's many different avenues you can
1,000%.
Yeah.
And especially like coming into this expo hall, look how many organizations supply.
It's such a diverse set, isn't
Right?
it? It's incredible. Yeah.
100%. So, well, yeah, I guess we have a lot in common.
We do.
Right?
We do. We've got some history.
That's it. That's it.
Connections.
So Axify is a company that you started recently.
Yeah.
What year was that?
End of November 23, we incorporated Axify.
So you had a $1 million capital raise.
Yes, we did. August last year, closed our first, just a small capital raise round, which was really to help us double down on agentic product capability and start to take it out to the world and start to take on customers. So it's great to get the support, really diverse set of people coming to the table to really help us accelerate and grow. And we're thrilled to close that round. And since then, we've been growing really quickly.
And what motivated you to transition into the AI space?
I had been building, working in AI machine learning principally within large hospitality businesses for a lot of years. And, they're well resourced, and you can get the capability and the backing to build those types of solutions in large organizations. I think with the explosion of generative AI, the opportunity now is to really democratize AI and take it right across the industry. So you're a single hotel owner operator can leverage the best of AI also.
I like that term of the generalization that's happening in the current economy. Like, in our business, we're doing our best to utilize AI wherever we can and how we can to make things more efficient.
Yeah.
As well as on our personal data points, when we look at our own posts, we track, like Ben and I are really critical when it comes to our data analysis for our consumer engagement.
Yeah.
We track every single video, every single view, every single comment, every single like, and then we do our best to study the post and why it did well.
Yeah. It's really great to hear that. Like, it's just, you don't hear so often when people talk about data in business, the thinking is that, you've got big teams of data scientists behind you and machine learning specialists, and you just don't need it. You can do
Data's
exactly
simple.
that.
It's really simple, and it's actually the way that we also consult our clients. So we offer a consulting service internationally.
Okay.
But for us to help businesses, grow in and earn more profit without me being on the ground is literally through the data that they have.
Yeah.
So if they don't capture any data at the moment, we put the data capturing processes in place.
Yeah.
And then we analyze the data over 30, 60, 90 days. We look at the trends, and then we start doing a process of elimination.
Yeah.
Right?
And it doesn't have to be complicated,
No,
right?
it's not.
It can be you just pull in some insights into a spreadsheet and track them.
That's literally it.
Use your intuition.
Honestly, that's what it is.
Yeah.
And people get daunted with numbers and these big words like machine learning and AI and stuff like that. But it's when you it's one thing to have the data, but it's the next thing to be able to actually utilize it and activate it, right?
Yep.
So, how do you see AI transforming the customer experience in service industries now?
Look, I think what it's allowing to, or where we're really focused at Axify, is allowing the human touch to get back into the service experience. I think, we've all used to the last few years, you're getting spread really thin across many channels. So you're not only having to deliver that exceptional, memorable experience in the venue, in the moment, you've got to manage phones and you've got to manage social media accounts and emails and SMSs, and it's spreading people too thin. And largely what they're doing is, or where people are going to those channels, particularly phone for us, is very repetitive. People have questions, they need things answered, need things resolved quickly. Phone, voice really as a channel or medium is still a very natural way to communicate. And, attracting talent, training talent, retaining talent to answer phones, which is not what they got into the industry for, is really difficult. So we're just taking away that burden. The AI can handle everything that a person can on the phone, and allows the people in the venue to get back to the human experience.
So what if someone contests and says, like, what I understand this could potentially help my bit. Like, what's the biggest drawbacks that you have on this product right now? You've had a lot of people that have probably come and visited your stand.
Yeah.
And you've had a lot of questions. What's probably the most, FAQ, the highest frequently asked question that you get about your product right now?
Yeah, good question. We sit at a really sensitive spot. It's not a back of house technology solution that you can kind of bring on and massage into your business rhythm. You're really handing over the keys to your guest experience to an AI or a machine. That's pretty scary for operators. So I think just talking through with operators the focus on experience in the product design and how transparent and iterative it can be. It's a learning model, so it's improving and getting better all the time. And we spent a long time focusing on error rates. I think any product that's got a base of large language models, they hallucinate, they make errors. And I think you just
love that term.
The hallucination.
Yes. Yes.
create a lot of creativity comes out of the hallucinations, where you can get some great creative content out of large language models. But they also can make mistakes. So you want to make sure that you're actually spending the time in product design, that you're training the AI to a point where it's not making mistakes and it has the right frame around business context, so it can actually be helping, not hurting the guest experience for operators. We spent a long time on accuracy.
Oh, yeah, and I could imagine. And the other thing to point out, and I've been in this industry, I was literally born in this industry, in fairness. And I've met a lot of people with a lot of great ideas. And the reason why you and your product stood out most to me was because you're actually hospitality backed.
Yeah.
So you have a sense of, you have a sense of empathy towards the actual operator. You understand the process. It's not like you just had this tech idea and you're like, this computer's going to fix it.
Yeah. No.
Right?
Definitely not. I think
and that's something that I believe you should champion more of, because I think that message is getting so swallowed between a bunch of those tech companies that you're surrounded with.
Yeah.
And your competitors. Like, hand on heart, I could say there's not many that are hospo backed.
No, that's very true. It's very true. And I think it certainly does come through. I mean, we labour over guest experience and we labour over transparency with operators, because it's their livelihood. They work so hard to drive demand into their venues. And, you need to, I think, take that responsibility seriously with any product that you're putting into a hospitality business. Make sure you're doing everything you can to maximise revenue and drive those cost efficiencies. And I think it's something that's been really great about being at this show over the last few days. We've just had front row seat to be able to talk to operators around what are the pain points, what are you seeing,
Of course.
where are you, where is the opportunity for tech to actually help you do better at what you do, not just implement tech for tech's sake.
And Food and Hospitality Week in Melbourne is, you know, for me, Melbourne's the epicenter of hospitality in Australia.
Yeah.
So you're getting the most raw, raw understanding of what it's like on the front line
Yeah.
here. And Melbourne being a city that's been able to overcome such darkness and to be able to still put on this beautiful expo.
Yeah, it's been
You
incredible.
know, it's the largest lockdown in the world.
Yeah.
And for hospo to still stay strong, people still come out, people still show up. It's you know, it just shows you the resilience and to be able to be here and say, look, we're actually here to assist you. We can champion that.
Yeah.
You know, Food and Hospitality Week, national media, the new guys that took over Food Service Australia, they've done such a great job at this event.
Fantastic. Yeah.
And they're putting the right people, you know, through the door and to you and to other exhibitors, right? And I guess all the exhibitors here have the best intentions. They're all doing their part. But it's been amazing to, you know, to be able to have you here and contribute to the show.
Thank you.
So
We've loved
yeah,
it.
and
We've
as an innovator in the space, it's great that you've been able to champion it. How's the adoption model at the moment in regards to fees? Is it like a case by case basis? Is it a standard subscription? How's it work?
Yeah, we have a small subscription and then a closed task fee. So we don't really believe in subscription or the future of subscription by seat or anything like that. We think the AI is there to do a job for the operator, and when it successfully does that job, we charge a fee. When it doesn't, it makes a mistake, they don't get charged for that interaction. So it's a successfully handled interaction fee.
Cool.
Yeah.
And so you consider it a high touch sort of service and solution?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So we're really focused on providing a simple to onboard implementation solution, have people live in 2 weeks, and put the right infrastructure around just refinement and monitoring the data and interaction, so that you're fine tuning and tapping the AI on the rails, so to speak, like a staff member. It's really just an extension of your team, and it needs fine tuning, so it's really right on your guest experience and brand expectations, but without big long lengthy integrations and onboarding and staff training, so it can be quite low touch.
And what's the sort of revenue that we're looking at for an organisation that you guys would consider?
We're seeing some really excellent results across our customer base. Really, we're being told somewhere between 15 and 30% increase in reservation volumes. Because you think still around 50% of reservations coming through phone, and a large portion of those today are getting missed unless you've got call servicing centres. But they're very high cost as well. So the revenue gain for operators has been fantastic. But on the flip side of the P&L, so is the cost benefit in terms of redirecting that human labour back into the experience. And for us on our side, it's return on investment is significant for the operator. We obviously it's a volume based product, so it depends on how many calls and things like that you handle. But you can be sitting between, call it $3,500 and $6,500, $7,000 annually to have all of your phone calls answered and secure. Make sure you're never missing revenue opportunity and redirecting labour back in. It's a bit of a no-brainer.
That is a no-brainer. So I was about to say. Well, thank you so much, Bianca, for your time today. It's been amazing to hear about Axify, and I'd love to workshop with you some other solutions potentially for some of our clients at the Hospo Dojo.
Absolutely.
And would love to collaborate with such a great Australian organisation. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, and thanks for bringing this to the show. It's pretty incredible.
Oh, you're welcome.
Really awesome.
Have a lovely day.
Thank you.